Good morning, students. So next practical experiment number 4, that is to study the effect of acetylcholine on isolated rectus abdominis muscle of frog. Last practical we have discussed that effect of acetylcholine on isolated frog blood preparation. Means we have seen the effect of acetylcholine on heart. But today's practical, we will see effect of acetylcholine on rectus abdominis muscles. So that rectus abdominis muscles, which is made up of skeletal muscle. So what is the effect of ACH on skeletal muscle? So objectives of today's practical, that is to know the rectus abdominis muscle is a skeletal muscle, then to locate rectus abdominis muscle and on abdominal wall of frog, then to observe and understand rectus abdominis muscle is responsible for compression of abdominal organs and to flex the vertebral column in lumbar region. So this is the third objective of experiment number 4, and last objective of experiment number 4 is that to understand that acetylcholine is responsible for contraction of rectus abdominis muscles. Means that acetylcholine which is responsible for contraction of skeletal muscles. So these are the objectives of today's practical. So next we will discuss the requirement. So same requirement, that is animal, frog. For today's practical we require frog as animal, then physiological solution, that is frog ringer solution, then drug acetylcholine, and the stock solution, the concentration of acetylcholine is 1 mg per ml. And instruments, it requires Sherrington rotating drum, then student organ bath, then aerator, aeration tube, then frontal writing lever, stand, clamps, and plasticine wax. So these are the requirements of today's practical. So today's practical is that to study the effect of acetylcholine on isolated rectus abdominis muscle of frog. And this is the requirement. Animal as a frog, then frog ringer as a physiological salt solution, acetylcholine, drug acetylcholine in concentration 1 mg per ml, then instrument, Sherrington rotating drum, then student organ bath, aeration tube, aerator, stand, clamps, then frontal writing lever, and plasticine wax. So this is the requirement. So we will discuss the theory behind today's practical. What is the theory behind today's practical? So rectus abdominis muscle of frog, which consists of skeletal muscles. So skeletal muscle, which is also known as striated muscle. It is made up of skeletal muscle, and that striated muscles or skeletal muscles which are also known as voluntary type of muscle. Okay, so that rectus abdominis muscle of frog is a skeletal muscle, and that skeletal muscle functions to move bones of skeleton and thereby regulate the movement of our body. And that skeletal muscle which is also known as striated muscle. So this is the skeletal type muscle which consists of skeletal muscle fiber, then myofibrils, then it consists of a neuromuscular junction, that is skeletal muscle, and neuron, that we call neuromuscular junction. So myofibril, which shown in again this figure, it consists of thick filament, then thin filament, Z disc, and M-line structure. So this is the structure of myofibril. Then that skeletal muscles are voluntary type of muscle. and controlled by nerve cells of somatic system. Means that controlled by somatic nervous system, and that muscle tissues have special properties like excitability, contractility, then extensibility and elasticity. Okay, so this is theory behind our today's practical. Again, theoretical part. So again, a theoretical part behind the contraction of that skeletal muscle. So a physiological contact between somatic nerve cell and skeletal muscle is called as neuromuscular junction. Here, look, this is a neuromuscular junction. A junction between contact between somatic nerve cell and skeletal muscle, that we call neuromuscular junction. Here, at this synaptic junction, acetylcholine is released from end plate of somatic nerve cells. So here, this red color is shown the release of acetylcholine in the neuromuscular junction, that is synaptic junction. And after the release of ACH, it interacts with nicotinic receptor. So nicotinic receptors which are present on the plasma membrane of that skeletal muscles, means that released acetylcholine binds with nicotinic receptor, and after binding with nicotinic receptor, it shows interaction is responsible for muscle contractions. Means after binding with that acetylcholine with nicotinic receptor, there is opening of sodium channel. It produces influx of sodium, and due to change in action potential inside the cell, there is a release of calcium from the side SR, that is sarcoplasmic reticulum cell, inside the cell. After releasing calcium, so calcium, which is again responsible for muscle contraction as well as muscle relaxation purpose. So when calcium released in the cytoplasm, calcium produces actin-myosin interaction. So actin-myosin interactions which leads to the skeletal muscle contraction here. And if there is less calcium, it may causes relaxation. Means it not produces actin-myosin interactions. That's why it causes relaxation of skeletal muscle. In presence of calcium, it produces interaction between actin and myosin, which leads to the contraction of skeletal muscle. So, which is shown in this figure. So, this is a theory behind today's practical. So, that is effect of acetylcholine on rectus abdominis muscle of frog. So, acetylcholine, after interacting with a nicotinic receptor, it induces change in membrane action potential and induces influx of sodium and calcium inside the cell. This leads to muscle contractions, means muscle contractions which is produced due to influx of sodium and calcium inside the cell. After increasing inside calcium, that calcium interact with actin and myosin, which leads to skeletal muscle contractions. So this is the theory behind today's practical. So we will discuss assembly setup. So today's practical, what is the assembly setup? So first of all, we will discuss about student organ bath.
Assembly setup. The assembly setup for experimentation of frogs rectus abdominis muscle preparation consists of organ bath. The organ bath consists of an outer jacket, which is also known as water bath, made of steam or glass. Organ bath also consists of thermostatically controlled heating rod, which maintains uniform temperature of water in outer jacket. It also consists of tissue bath made up of glass with a capacity from 10 to 50 ml with both sides open. isolated muscle preparation is mounted in upright position in this tissue bath. Aeration tube made up of glass has dual functions. One, it will aerate mounted muscle preparation, and second, it serves as the tissue holder. The other end of tube is connected to aerator. The bottom end of tissue bath is connected to rubber tubing, which serves as outlet. The bottom side of organ bath consists of an outlet for removing water from outer jacket.
So this is organ bath assembly setup. We require student organ bath, and these are the various parts of student organ bath. Let me discuss recording lever, that is frontal writing lever.
Recording lever. To record the responses of drugs on muscle preparation, one can use either simple lever or frontal writing lever. Frontal writing lever is made of light aluminium and is designed in such a way that the writing tape rotates freely about its axis. For proper recording of responses, adjustment of magnification of lever is necessary. Magnification value is calculated by using following formula. Magnification value is equal to distance between fulcrum and writing point upon distance between fulcrum and the point of attachment to the tissue. For recording the effect on frog's rectus abdominis muscle, 5 to 10 full magnification is required. For proper recording of responses and for proper relaxation of muscle preparation after drug effect, application of proper tension or load is required. For example, for frog's rectus abdominis muscle preparation, the tension prescribed is 1 to 5 gram. This tension is applied on longer arm of the lever.
So this is frontal writing lever assembly setup. Then we will discuss about Sherrington rotating drum.
Sherrington's rotating drum. It is also known as chirograph. It consists of circular drum, speed regulating gear, shaft to which drum is connected, and main on or off switch. It has clutch lever, screw lift to alter the position of drum, and electrical striker. Chirograph paper is wrapped on circular drum and is smoked with black smoke of kerosene or benzene.
So this is the assembly setup which is required for performing our today's practical effect of acetylcholine on rectus abdominis muscles. That it required organ bath, student organ bath. Then it required frontal writing lever and Sherrington rotating drum. So here is the final assembly setup which is shown in this picture or this is image. Look this final assembly. Here this is the Sherrington rotating drum. Then it requires frontal writing lever. Here is Sterling, but in replace we adjust frontal writing lever, and where another portion of that frontal writing lever which consists of a or which consists of rectus abdominis muscles, which is present in that student organ part. So this is the assembly setup for performing today's practice. Okay. So now we will discuss about isolation techniques, how to isolate rectus abdominis muscle. This is the video that's showing isolation of rectus abdominis muscle from frog. Let me see this video.
To study the effect of acetylcholine on frog's rectus abdominis muscle, select healthy frog. Pick the frog with the help of pithing needle. Now, pin the limbs of the frog to dissecting tray. Remove the abdominal skin to expose rectus abdominis muscle. To isolate rectus abdominis muscle preparation, take side cut on rectus muscle. One can prepare two muscle preparation from a single frog. Now, tie a thread to the bottom and top of rectus muscle before removing muscle from the body of the frog. Mount this rectus muscle preparation in upright position in the organ bath containing frog ringer solution under a tension of 1 to 5 gram. Now relax the tissue or muscle for about 45 minutes, during which wash this preparation with fresh quantity of ringer for at least 3 times. Now, this preparation is ready for experimentation.
So this is the assembly setup and the procedure of performing that effect of acetylcholine on isolated frog preparation. So this is the student organ bath, and this is oxygen tube where we have tied our isolated rectus abdominis muscle. One end which is tied on upper end, which is tied with frontal writing lever, and lower end which is tied with oxygen tube. When it shows responses, that tracing or whatever the graph which is analyzed on our kymograph paper. So tracings becomes observed on our kymograph paper. So this is the procedure of performing today's practical. So
we have already learned the isolation technique of frog's rectus abdominis muscle and the setup of assembly. Now stabilize the mounted muscle preparation for 45 minutes in frog ringer solution. During this period, wash the muscle preparation with fresh quantity of frog ringer for at least 4 times. Start the drum after stabilization. Take baseline for about 30 seconds on smoked paper. Now stop the drum and inject 0.1 ml of acetylcholine solution in the reservoir containing mounted muscle preparation. Start the drum immediately. recording contractions for 90 seconds. You can see upward movement of writing tip of frontal writing lever on smoked paper. Stop the drum. Now relax the contracted muscle by rapidly washing with fresh quantity of frog wrinkle. Because of this, writing tip of lever slowly reaches towards baseline. Repeat the procedure by using 0.2, 0.3 and 0.4 ml of acetylcholine solution. For recording of each response to increasing doses of acetylcholine, 30-second baseline, 90-second response time, and total 5 minutes time cycle is to be followed. Now measure the height of each response in millimeter. Height of response is indicative of muscle contraction. We can see that with the increasing doses of acetylcholine, muscle contraction increases. Hence, we can say that cholinergics increase spasmodic action.
So this is the detailed video of performing today's practical. So look this observation table. So it consists of serial number, then dose of acetylcholine and the response. So that response which is recorded by height of contraction in mm means due to contraction that height of stressings becomes increased. So for 0.1 ml the height is 13 mm. Likewise for 0.2 ml the height is 16 mm. Again for 0.3 ml the height is 19 mm, and for 0.4 ml the height is 20 mm. Means increase in that height in mm, which indicates acetylcholine, which shows muscle contraction. Okay, means that action is dose dependent. For 0.1 it is 13 mm, for 0.2 16, for 0.3 19, and 0.4 it is 20. Means it shows those dependent actions, means that is dose response curve. If you are increasing the dose, then it shows increasing contraction effect. So this is the observation table of today's practical. Okay. So for 0.1 ml, so look the graph. This is the height. Up to this normal. This is a baseline, and this is 0.1 ml of ACS dose, which shows increase in the height of that graph. Means for 0.1 ml, it consists of 30 mm height, means it shows the contraction of rectus abdominis muscles. Then we will discuss about second, that is 0.2 ml. So 0.2 ml, look this again the graph. This is normal, and after administration of acetylcholine, there is increase in that graph for 0.5 ml, that is 16 mm height, means it shows contraction. Then for 0.3 ml, so again height becomes increased due to acetylcholine, means acetylcholine. So again height becomes increased due to acetylcholine, means acetylcholine which cause dose dependent muscle contraction. So this is again a baseline normal, and this is a 0.3 ml acetylcholine dose response. So height is 19 mm. Again 0.4 ml. So here again increase in height. This is height is 20 mm. It is normal baseline, and after administration of 0.4 acetylcholine, the height is 20 mm. Means acetylcholine which shows dose dependent muscle contractions. That is dose response curve of acetylcholine on rectus abdominis muscle. So this graph showed acetylcholine shows dose dependent action. So here is the observation table of experiment number 4. So we have learned that in today's practical we have learned acetylcholine shows nicotinic action at neuromuscular junction of skeletal muscles. Means acetylcholine binds with nicotinic receptors and shows skeletal muscle contraction. Then the contraction of muscle is achieved by triggering muscle action potential. Means that action potential, that muscle contraction which is produced due to change in action potential. Means what happens when acetylcholine binds with nicotinic receptor, there is opening of sodium channel. Due to opening of sodium channel, it increases influx of sodium as well as calcium release inside the cell, and due to releasing of calcium interact with actin and myosin, and which leads to muscle contraction. And again acetylcholine also increases spasmodic action of rectus abdominis muscles. Means acetylcholine which causes skeletal muscle contraction. Skeletal muscle contraction nothing but the spasmodic effect. Spasmodic effect means what? Contraction of skeletal muscles. So we have learned these things in today's practical.